Hello, welcome to We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Steve Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to overcome the various issues and obstacles that life throws our way in order to get something done. Most recently, we've been working on a supernatural superhero culty comedy comic called Deathless. And it was Stephen, we're on issue 3 of this thing and it's going pretty well. How have you been doing this week?
I did pretty good. I didn't finish a page, so I did fail, but I am working on the page.
Steven, you had the perfect opportunity to not talk about how you did this week. You could have been like,
I have to be honest with the people.
You're very right. But you know what, Steven? We don't as much as this show is about us and our productivity or lack thereof in your part. I'm not even gonna talk about my what I did this week. It could have been great, but that's not what this week's about, Steven.
Anthony did everything this week, guys. Just so you know, you don't need to know the details. It's not very important.
It's not important if how much I failed or didn't fail. It's none of your business. What is your business is that this week, Steven, as you know, we have an incredible, wonderful guest. The creator of Final Space and Godspeed, and newfound Hound, Olan Rogers. Steven, welcome Olan Rogers to our show with like a song or something. Let's get like, what do you got a song for him?
You're trying to pursue some ghosts in a factory or a sanitarium. You don't have the things or tools you need, so who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. You need Olan Rogers, the Hound King. He's gonna destroy everything while he sings. He's the best man for this job. He's Olan motherfucking Rogers. Final Space. That's it. That's how it is.
That's how the song ends, and then it's just we go with the roll the credits. There's Olan Rogers. Welcome Olan Rogers to our show, everyone.
What is up?
Oh, let me switch this. All right. Sorry, we were just doing the walkthrough of this hospital, and we've been here a couple times, but the guide was kind of telling us about this new space that they opened up in the hospital, and then just validating all the things that we got on our episode of did you get this and this and they're like, yeah, this toy's been going off for people. I'm like, we've had that toy go off. Like, what is going on? So it's been really, really interesting just hearing all that stuff because we've been here like 3 times. This is our 3rd time, and it's just like really interesting hearing their takes on it.
Oh yeah, validating everything. It's crazy. Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into it because we have like a million questions for you. I hope we're not gonna take up too much of your time.
All good, man. Go for it.
Oh, dude, we are loving this Hound stuff.
Thank you, man.
It's great. I hope it's doing well for you, dude. It's so much fun. I've been watching it with my son. Like every time a new episode comes out, we're just way into it. So
it's probably the most fun I've had on YouTube in like, I can't even say, maybe like 5-6 years, like legitimately, like, and it's like, it's not doing like gangbusters and views, but I don't really care at this point. And honestly, I think the reason why I'm having a lot of fun with it is, the Hounds YouTube channel, there's like 3,500 on there right now, like subscribers. But they're all watching the episodes and they all love the episodes and they're all commenting on the episodes. Oh man. And it's like the first time I'm like, wow, this is really freeing just to start fresh with something. I don't know. I've been enjoying it immensely. And I was talking to Seth just driving up, and it's like you get to come and investigate, and you kind of just start forgetting about all the stuff you have going on in your life because you're just in a empty place at night when everybody's gone asleep and you're just investigating ghosts. It's a lot of fun, man. I can't recommend it enough. It's just fun. It's just hard to explain, man. It's fun.
I can't recommend it enough. The next adventure is just a self-help like expedition into ghost hunting.
Strangely enough, like maybe the real thing to take away is like just picking up a new hobby. Maybe that's the thing of like,
do what you love. Yeah.
Because I found that the thing that was my hobby, which was writing and making entertainment stuff, became my job. And then I was like, crap, I don't have a hobby. I don't have that thing that I do besides like video games. Like I need to get into stuff. And I started getting like 3D printing and then this paranormal ghost hunting. And everybody always laughed at me when they hear me say that I've been getting into it. But I'm like, I don't really care. I'm just having so much fun that I don't know.
It feels. I mean, it's funny to come from Ghost in the Stalls. You were like the Ghost in the Stalls. Now you're Ghost Hunter. So like that's hilarious. But it seems like a natural leap for you. Since I mean, I like seeing your live show. You always ask people about their otherworldly supernatural encounters. So like that makes sense. So I wanted to ask you. So how did you decide to make that leap, and what were like the first steps getting into ghost hunting?
I mean, I tell that story when I do my live shows. You've been to my live show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That story about encountering a demon, that's a real story of my life. Okay. Like I make a funny joke out of a really traumatic event in my life, but I remember it in vivid detail. Something was attached to that stool. Just this 8-foot jet black wolf with glowing red eyes. I would see it every night. And maybe there was something fascinating to the idea that this is just something scary, but I had been watching like ghost shows for oh my God, since high school.
Yeah.
And just was always fascinated with the fact of just, getting scared. And the more you see of it, the more you're like, God, I'm curious if I could get something like that. And then I started really toying with the idea because I felt like my house in Nashville was haunted. And so we were going to do like a joke paranormal thing where we went to the joke was like, okay, we're gonna go to the most haunted place in the world, the Opry Mill Hotel. It's so haunted, but too expensive. So we're actually going to go to the Holiday Inn across the street. and so we did an episode. We were going to do an episode. That was like the first Hounds thing. We were going to do this episode of just this random Holiday Inn and try to capture ghosts the entire time. And we didn't capture anything. And then it was like, hey, I was like, hey, do you guys really want to try to capture ghosts? And you're like, yeah, let's go. It's like, let's go to my basement. And I say within 30 minutes, we'll capture some ghosts.
Yeah.
And we go to my basement. And I put my voice recorder on the stairs, and straight up in 30 minutes, we get an EVP. And it's like, dude, what the freak? Like, I wasn't actually being serious. Wasn't expecting that. But then since then, like I've had Ring camera footage of my door shaking, my front door. I've captured another EVP, captured a disembodied voice on the Ring camera, and my dog reacts to it. We've just had like weird feelings in there. Like it's very strange. But ever since then, I was like, you know what? Let's just go to one haunted place and see if we enjoy it. Right. And so this was the first place we actually been to, Harriman, where I'm at right now.
Right.
And we did it, and we didn't really capture anything at all. Like we captured one kid's toy going off all by itself. We're just walking down the hallway and a kid's toy just goes off. And I'm like, holy crap, we got something. But instead of getting scared, I was excited. I was like, dude, holy crap, we got it. We got it, And then I realized, like, oh, man, this is actually really fun getting scary stuff as opposed to getting, like, really frightened. I don't mess with demon stuff. So right off the bat, like, I don't want to go near it. If there's anything that gives me a bad vibe, I'm out. Like I have no problem. I'm not in it for that. Like I don't want clickbait or anything like that. I'm just going in to have fun with my friends and capture ghosts. Right. That's it.
Yeah.
So you won't ever really see like a demon thing on my videos because we're actively not trying to go to any
We're doing our best to not pursue those things.
We would like to not have demons, please, and thank you. Actually, like, okay, that reminds me. So like the group that you have their like opinions or like beliefs in the supernatural changed or evolved at all, like since you've been experiencing this stuff?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, Seth, would you say so?
What?
Has your opinions or beliefs of the paranormal changed since doing this?
Yeah. I mean, there are things that I can't explain. I want to be logical about it, so I'm still on the fence, but definitely there's some stuff that I'm like, I've never seen this before.
It's basically, we all feel like we've encountered events where you can't explain it, right? Mm-hmm. One of the big things that we actually captured here, and Thomas didn't hear it. He was doing an EVP session in a surgery room, and we're going to go back to it and see what
that's just terrifying. Yeah, that just makes me scared already.
But he does this like almost like 30-minute EVP session. And he has no idea that in the white noise, there is no waveform for this voice. It's in the white noise. You have to boost it up. but you hear a person talking to them in this noise, and the voice gets like more power and more energy as it goes. But if you watch that episode, that's there is no audio wave for that voice. It is in just the white noise of the audio. It's
literally
very
in the
strange.
fuzz. It's just in the fuzz and like
it's in the fuzz. I don't know what it is, but it's intelligently responding to him.
Oh.
And I can't explain that. I have no explanation for that other than that something was there talking to him, right? Because we were nowhere close to him. We were on the other side of the freaking hospital. This was like whispers, right? And I'll say this: we don't ever get EVPs. We've tried, dude. And the thing that I'll say about ghost hunters, and there's like a trick that they have. They have this one specific EVP recorder that kind of anytime they record something, like a growl will come through or something, like because of it's like a very old like 90s voice recorder. It's a very specific one. They all have it. But we have these like high-tech brand new Sony EVP recorders. So they're almost too good to capture EVPs. So it's like we don't ever really capture anything on the EVP side. That's the first time, and we didn't know we caught it until after the fact.
The ghosts are just like, these pompous assholes have like this new tech. We're not going to say shit. Like, why are we going to say anything right now?
Every time we do it, we say we have these Sonys and we've never gotten a. And so I even went out and I tried to buy like crappier like EVP recorders, thinking that maybe if I downgrade in quality, I'll get one EVP, and that didn't work at all either. So it's definitely just like it's a weird thing to describe, but like it's a blast, right? So if you guys are interested in it, do it. Just go do it. Go to a place, do it. Like
I'm sure we have plenty of spots in Florida. I mean, there's plenty of things to do in Florida, I'm sure.
You'll have a blast. You will have so much fun. It's scary. You're trying to capture ghosts. Right now it's just me and Steph. Like Thomas and Brett are a ways, but we're just going to do like a duo mission and make like a smaller kind of video for this channel. But we're excited, and it's almost even more terrifying with going in just duos, because it's strength in numbers, right? Mm-hmm. So even walking around, I was getting like weird vibes. I was like, man,
confidence level is at 50%, right? I
mean, confidence level is at 50%. But dude, it's a lot of fun. So yeah.
So is there a reason you guys seem to always send Thomas by himself to these places? Because like I noticed he was the one, he's like laying in an operating table by himself. He's the one who's like gets locked up in the cell by himself. He's the one sitting in the chair.
Yeah, he kind of honestly, he's really good at EVPs. I don't know. He just does. He wants to do it.
Yeah,
and
it's cool.
It's like Brett will do it. Brett is weird as crap, man. He'll just be like, all right, guys, I'm going to go change the batteries. And he just like walks with no flashlight into these like abandoned places, and he changes the batteries. Like, all right, batteries changed. Like, did you just raw dog the paranormal all the way up to the dang thing? Like, you have no flashlight, nothing? He's like, yeah, it's fine.
Walking among them.
But it's like, with me, I'm very much like, I still am like, I don't like doing it alone. I don't like turning off the lights. If I start feeling like, we're at my limit, lights are on, I'm like, all right, let's talk now. There was one moment in the Blackford County Jail that we went to. The moment that like this little portal, portal to hell that they called it, I asked the question. I was like, "Is this portal hell?" And it like all the devices go off.
That was
I'm like,
so
"I'm gonna one more time. Is this a portal to hell?" And it went off. I'm like, "I'm done.
I'm done. I'm out of here.
Like I'm out." Like
I was just talking to Steven about that one, because I was like, I really like what you guys did with the multi cameras and all that stuff, and like
that's Brett.
That stuff was so smart.
He did that one. He spent like 4 months on that video.
Yeah. I believe it.
It's like it's just a different style, but he did a great job on it.
Because because people are getting skeptical. Like I'm sitting here like before we were recording, I'm like, I hope Olin's he seems cool. Just be honest with us. Just let us know.
Yeah.
Like none of this is a lie. Like you're trying to get something. It's fun that way, It's what I really like that you guys did.
Yeah.
When you went to the music box and you showed like with your foot how close you have to get in order for it to make certain sounds, I was like, that's helpful to see, because now it's like it's meaningful when it goes. That was
the music box is really interesting. I mean, a lot of the technology stuff, I'm skeptical on, right? Like even the music box, I'm like, look, we have this wave castle. We call it
okay.
wave.
I was going to ask about that. I'm so glad you brought that up, dude, because that's
here's the wave castle.
What is this ghostly speak and spell? Like, what is this thing?
I think this thing is garbage. Okay, I think it's garbage. But here's the thing. Here we actually got the name Rhonda on it. Okay.
Yeah.
This thing is like, it's called a I don't even know, parafor polar script. Okay, polar script.
Okay.
And it spits out words. Okay, that's all it does. It spits out words. But I'm telling you, this thing, like, it spits out gibberish. Gibberish. Yeah. I've never really gotten like an intelligent word from it until I got the name Rhonda, and I've never gotten that name since. And Rhonda is literally the lady in the other room.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. Crazy.
That I can't explain. Right? That's weird. That's general. It's not a normal name. No. I don't know a lot of Rhondas. I know one. No. It's literally in that room. So it's very strange. It's like a lot of these devices, especially this one, I see a lot of people using it, and they're getting like intelligent responses throughout. I'm like, dude, that's not ours. Unless we got a broken one, I don't know if that's ours. But it's like, it's, you go in and the ones that I think are really good, that are very simple, are just the cat balls. And it's just a little cat toy that you have to touch in order for the light to go off. That's it. That's all it is. Yeah. It's a stupid little toy that cats play with, and it lights up when you tap it. When those go off, there are no gadgets to make that go off. You have to touch it. So anytime that goes off, it's weird. It's very weird.
The doll room. I have to say that I think it's the first episode. The doll room where it kept tapping the one near the black bear doll. Like, is that your favorite doll? And then it was like just going off.
That was
like
weird.
Crazy. That was really weird. It was,
And the entire time we were there, we were like, we're not getting anything. We didn't get anything before that. We were there for like 6 hours, and I actually left. I was like, we're not getting anything. Let me go back to the base, eat some beef jerky or something. And then I hear like, hey, we're getting something. And I run back, and then we have that conversation. But it's very strange, man. We don't, like, I can't stress this enough. We don't get that much stuff. Like, we don't. So when we do get something, it's like, we're shocked. We're like, dude, this is awesome. Like, holy crap, what is this? We just don't get them on. And that's the reality of it. And I don't know, a lot of people, they could fake stuff. I'm pretty positive they could if they wanted to. But everything that you're seeing in there, it's pretty much what we get. It's not a lot. We don't have a lot.
But it shows, because like your guys' like genuine excitement when things do happen. It's not, you can tell it's not scripted, because you guys are like, oh my god, something is definitely 100%. Happening right now.
Well, we were joking around about how it's like, it's basically like whale watching for spirits. You just sit around and sit on the boat for a while and hope to see a tail of something.
Yeah.
But
that's what it is.
But when it happens, you're like, yes, the whales are real, and like it's exciting as hell. But like, what's the ratio of like how much film do you actually get versus like the amount of like footage that you want to show people?
So much. It's a stupid amount. We have static cams going. We have 4 guys recording throughout the entire night. I would say it's at least 4 times what? Let's say 7. Plus, it's like 70 hours. A location.
Okay. That's nuts.
It's a lot of footage, man. It's a lot. And sometimes you look at it and you'll see like static cams will get some cool stuff, but it's a lot of nothing, man. It's very strange. It's a lot of question marks. I have more questions than answers at this point.
So, a lot of people are afraid of back in the day, people wouldn't even go like straight home after a funeral because they were afraid that ghosts would attach themselves to them. So they'd find their way around town to a ghost. Do any of you guys have that thought of like, oh no, what if something attaches to us?
Oh, you kidding me? All the freaking time. We stage every investigation. We stage.
Okay, I'm gonna know what you. Okay, so you sage everything. Yeah. That's what you do.
Yeah, after the investigation, we do a staging. Everybody gets staged. Because I just believe in that stuff. I don't want to bring it home an attachment. And I mean, does it help? Maybe.
Yeah.
It helps my mind, but it can still be attached. Who knows?
Has anyone noticed any kind of experience? Nothing at
No.
home. Nothing. Okay.
But we're not going to like, and I can say this even now we're at Harriman. Every time we've been here, we haven't felt anything negative.
That's
And
good.
it's like we went to South Pittsburgh and like, I mean, there's people that come here and they hype it up and say there's demons everywhere, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? This is like the most chill. Like Thomas and Brett were like, I could sleep up on the fourth floor easy. It's like there's nothing like really terrifying up there. It's a really chill area, and you don't feel anything negative here. And anytime I come here, this is like a great beginner spot, right? South Pittsburgh though, I did get touched there, and
Ooh.
it hurt. It hurt,
Yeah.
and I do believe that there is something legitimately negative and dark and wrong in that place. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's demonic.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is. And we've been there 3 times, and it's just every single time it's unsettling. You just feel like it's almost like you walk in the door and you feel sick. You feel ill.
You can feel like the literal weight of the room. Like the room has its own atmosphere.
There's something rotten in that place, and I haven't felt that in any other location that I've been to. But that place, I don't say like, I don't feel it's like a demonic, like it's not like attacking people viscerally. Like it just feels like there's something very negative down the second floor shadow hallway. Apparently there's a shadow figure down there. Oh. And it's the hallway where there's like this room where they call it's like Buddy's room. It's like this little kid that like put snakes in his pocket thinking they were worms, and it bit him and he died. And that was the room that he was at. But it doesn't feel like we're talking to Buddy, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel like we're talking to a little kid. It feels like somebody is under the guise of a little kid. That's what it feels like.
That is.
Yeah. So it's just so there are places like that, but here's very chill.
Yeah, that's nuts. Well, so everything that you find there, is it like, to your knowledge, is it stuff that's just been there for a long time? Or do you think other investigators might have put some of that stuff there? Like what was it, Scoots Jr.?
No.
Like
I think Scoot Jr.? Oh my God. I don't know what's going on with Scoot Jr. I think that was just there. That was there. I don't know if somebody put it there.
I mean, that cracked us up.
Yeah. I do know the doll room, people place dolls in there as like gifts.
Oh my God.
But I've never done that. I don't do that.
Yeah.
The doll room is like, so when I was a child, my uncle showed me Chucky when I was 3 years old. That was my childhood fear, were dolls. So like literally like the first episode of Hounds, I'm watching it and it's like dolls. I'm just immediately like triggered to like, oh my God, I can't stand dolls. Like to the point where my sister had like one of those, like My Buddy, but the girl version. And I as a child grabbed her doll when she wasn't looking, ran to the tractor that was mowing the field and threw the thing in front of the tractor and watched it explode into fluff.
Oh my God.
So scared of dolls, dude. But yeah, so that doll room, I was like, oh my God, those dolls, like the ones without the eyes.
Dude, that's creepy to me right now. It could have been a reflection. Could have been.
Oh yes. Yeah, I saw that part too. Yeah.
It could have been a reflection off of the back of the head of the doll, but it just looked like pupils, man. I don't know. Again, that's a question mark. I don't have any evidence to dispute it or debunk it, but
the reflection was perfectly two eyes like separated, right? You know what I'm saying? It was I mean,
you tell me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so
funny.
nice. So how many more episodes? Like, are you doing seasons? Do you have a plan for the show?
Yeah. So, we're trying to do like a season 1. We have on season 1 we have Brushy Mountain State Pen. That's a good one. That's the first time we got the music box to really go off.
Awesome.
And it was like intelligent pings, man. We even put it in the jail cell of the person that assassinated Martin Luther King. That's where he stayed.
Oh, geez.
I mean, intelligent responses, man. Wow. Really weird. And then we have South Pittsburgh, where I got touched. That's, I think, the one Seth is editing. And then we have, what else we have?
Left?
Yeah. It's one more. We have another Blackford County jail that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
We went back to see if there was a radio in that room, and there was.
Oh wow.
And we put a bunch of cat balls by the radio, and they start going off.
Oh man.
And then here's the crazy thing. We play the Who, and I mistakenly played the wrong song. And I was like, "You like the song?" And then I was like, "Oh crap, that's not the song." And I played it, the actual song that was playing, and the ball's going off, dude. It's nuts, man. I have no explanation for that at all. So we went there a second time. We went to Waverly Hills Sanatorium. We didn't get much there. I think one thing got thrown at me in the body shoot, but that was about it. I don't know what else we have. So it's like we're about done with like the season 1. There's a couple more videos done, and then we're gonna start planning a second trip. Awesome. So,
do you guys have you had any just like complete busts as far as like going anywhere and just like, oh yeah, we filmed for 70 hours, nothing really?
Harriman the first time. I mean, that's why we didn't put any footage from the first time. We had one thing go off. That was it. And Waverly was kind of a bust too. We don't really have any episode from that. It's just like we just had one thing get thrown at us, and that was it. A lot of us like thinking we heard something, and then it was like water dripping on a tarp or something. Yeah. But yeah, Waverly, and I think Harriman the first time, South Pittsburgh probably the first time. We didn't get much. We're realizing the second time we go to places, we get more activity.
Yeah, it's almost like they're more familiar with you or something. Like it's like we recognize these people. We can be a little bit more active. They didn't hurt us last time. Let's just
they're cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Let's open up.
Ghost bounce.
Yeah.
You're on the list.
It's wild, man. It's wild.
Oh, it's totally crazy. So do you have like places that you're looking forward to going that you haven't been yet or haven't planned for this season?
I know that we want to go to. We're still so new to this, man. Like we don't know any good locations. We're just trying any place that we can get in, we just go. Like so we might revisit a few locations because we're realizing that the more you go back, the more stuff you're getting. And then you can actually validate the stuff that you try to get on the previous thing. And that's what you find in like in the Blackford County Jail, like the part 2 that we go to. We try to answer the questions that the first one put up. Right. With like the music, where is it coming from? You know, what is this? Why is this happening? So we're trying to actually actively debunk ourselves like the entire time. Like so that's the one thing that we'll do is like, okay, why is that going off? Then when we don't have an explanation, then we're like, I don't know. I can't tell you on that one. So yeah, it's we don't have like any trips planned right now, but we have a couple ideas, but nothing crazy.
Yeah. So okay, I was like, we were talking before we were recording about like if I had those cat balls, I'd probably just like throw them around my room and just make sure, you know, like like see my situation, you know. So like,
how safe am I?
How safe am I at this moment? And like, am I surrounded? Have you guys done that? Like, has anyone in the group like taken the equipment home just to see like, oh, is this gonna ping? Does the music box go off?
I mean, I have it at my house. I mean, I wouldn't do. I mean, you have to be careful with that stuff, just because if you do start asking questions and something answers back, are you inviting it to keep answering? You know, so just be very careful with anybody that does it. Like, you don't want to like be like, oh, somebody's there answering me. You know, let me keep trying to get an.
Basically, you're giving them an open-ended phone, right? So you're basically saying, "Hey, go ahead and pick up. I want to." That in and of itself, that is pretty terrible.
Now, I have no evidence that would happen. But I just know that I just try to be very careful.
Yeah,
that's all. I'm like, I'll stage, I'll do all this stuff. Like, attachments. I do think that's real. I do think there's negative energy and there's good energy, and I do think that you just have to be really careful if you start messing with this stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's fun. That's all I'll say. It's fun. You'll have a blast.
No, that's freaking awesome, dude. How like, are we allowed to talk about any of your other projects while you're here? Like, do you have a second?
What time? Yeah,
because I just want to ask real quick. Do you have any updates for like Lions Blaze?
Actually, yeah, I just got an update today. The network really liked the draft that we sent them.
Oh, heck
They said
yeah,
it was like
awesome.
super charming. It was fun. And we had been writing that script for so long, man. It's grueling. And something that they told us was they're like, look, originals are really hard to get made right now. But this is fun. It's really charming. Maybe if we pair this with like a new technology of like, Unreal Engine or something like that, like maybe that excites the higher ups to like want to kind of do it.
Yeah.
It's still like a massive hurdle. I've been trying to get the thing made for 8 years, man. Like it's one of those things that if it happens, it happens. If not, it's just meant to be at this point. Like I've done everything in my power to try to get it made. It's not over by a long shot. I think it's on a really good footing. The script is really, really solid for that first episode. It's really fun. It's heartfelt. It's just like everything has to go right, and that's the reality with any show. Everything has to hit the right point for it to live, and it's just been not easy with obviously the animation industry. It's just like crumbling below everybody's feet. But yeah, got good news on that today.
That's all. No, that's awesome. Thank you, Steven. Do you have any questions before we let Olan go?
No, I mean, well, no, because I'm terrified of ghosts, and he was very informative.
Yeah,
I do have. Just thank you so much for taking your time to talk to us, especially while you're in the middle of a
investigation.
Hunt.
Yeah,
no, a duo hunted that. A 50% confidence.
Yeah, yesterday it was like I remember we were texting. I was like, "Oh, freak! I totally forgot. Like, I'm going to this thing," and today has just been full of meetings. But I was like, "Look, you guys are so fun. Like, I'll hop on, chat for a little bit.
I appreciate it.
As long as you guys were cool for me to do it, like here in this obviously haunted like hospital. You can kind of see it. Like I'm like in the like waiting room area."
Great. Now our podcast is tied to it's a permanently haunted podcast.
Yeah, I've opened up a portal for people to come. In fact, all spirits, go mess with them.
We have issues and spirits, unfortunately.
Awesome, guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll have to do it again. We'll figure it out when I'm not scurrying around a hospital right now.
No, definitely we love to talk to you, man. In the future I'd like to talk to you about some like writing stuff, like habits and that kind of stuff, because like a lot of our viewers are like writers and that kind of thing, because it's all about creating books and stuff. So like in the future, if you have time, we'd like to like
book it.
Heck yeah, man. All right, dude.
Okay, awesome.
I appreciate it.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Thank you so much.
All
right. So we
beautiful.
All right.
I love that Olan Rogers is your friend. It's so cool.
He's your friend too, Steven. We're all friends.
I'm friends by association, and that's totally cool.
I love you.
I can accept that. I can accept that reality.
But Steven, that was a fun conversation about ghosts.
That was my favorite thing about Olan is he is just such a passionate dude, and he just like goes right into it, man. You had amazing questions, but he just has amazing answers to those amazing questions, and it's chef's kiss.
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun. So what are you going to do this week, Steven?
I'm going to keep plugging along on that dang comic book. I want to get it done, and I want to launch this Kickstarter so we can get them those feel-good energies again.
Steven, I think
we feel-good energy.
I think we need them. I was going to talk to you about that because I was like, I want to do the movie, but at the same point, I'm like, I think you and I need this feel-good energy. We also need, we need to get those funds up so we can print our books again. Like we're running out of.
We need to do a reprint of issue 1, and I really do. I think I need to change the cover for issue 1 just so that like, I feel like a print run sellout. It should be fair for the people that like have been following us for a while. So I think I do want to like change up the covers to 1 at least. Let 1 have its print run. You know what I'm saying? Now we'll reprint 1, but let's do it.
I think we should do like when we do the Kickstarter, we'll do like a reprint, like a second printing. And then I think we should do as a stretch goal, a super limited like
foil cover or something like that.
Foil cover or something. Yeah. I think that's
Let us know what you think about foil covers, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we'll probably talk to you guys about it in the live, but
yeah, definitely. You guys will. I mean, if you're watching this, you already saw our live show. Hopefully, I hope it went well. I don't know, Steven. How are you feeling about that live show that we're gonna do?
Oh my god, there's blood everywhere.
Anthony's a ghost now. I mean, this is a paranormal show because I'm just haunting everyone. No, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna work on more coloring. That's what like this week I'm gonna be like. Actually, when this releases, Atlas is going to be with his mom for a couple days, so I'm going to get as much coloring as I freaking can. I'm gonna just put on a show. I'm gonna just ignore the world and just color. That's what I'm gonna do because like I feel like we need to do that. And I'm also going to finish the outline for the secret project that we're working on that we're not talking about yet, but it involves vampires. But yeah, that's what we're vampires. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. If you like, our conversation with Olan Rogers about the ghosts and such, make sure you freaking subscribe to Haunt Hounds. It needs 1 billion views already. Like it's so much fun, guys.
It's probably the most fun ghost show I've ever watched.
It's definitely the most fun ghost show I've ever watched. Like I don't know. There's something so cool about their whole dynamic and like their general vibe. They're a bunch of friends who are getting together, like looking for ghosts, and they're being sincere and skeptical and having fun with it and exploring things. And you could see from the interview that like he's getting these like interesting beliefs and like thoughts because of due to the interactions he's had in these weird places. And that's so interesting and it's fascinating to me. Really, it's just like how your behavior changes based on like what you're experiencing, of course, and even when it has something to do with the supernatural elements and like fears, and it's really cool. And I think everyone should go check out that freaking show because he's awesome. Also check out Final Space and Godspeed, and go buy the Final Space graphic novel if you can, because oh my god, I can't wait for that freaking thing.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so happy past Steven bought that, and like President Steven or future Steven's gonna fully enjoy this thick ass some artwork.
I'm just gonna cut it at thick ass. I'm gonna cut it at Steven saying it's the future Steven's gonna enjoy some thick ass. I'm like, just Steven cutting it there
on a plate with some gravy.
I mean, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna.
Just not the. No.
Yeah. No, we all went there and didn't want to, Steven. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this every week. We really appreciate you. We love you. We're thankful for you. Make sure you tell everyone you know to subscribe to our show because we appreciate it. We want people to watch our show. We hope it's good and fun, and we hope you enjoy it. Steven, what would you like to say to the people before we go?
Thank you so much, guys. I love each and every one of you so much. Your videos and everything that you send into the live show was just so awesome. It makes us feel so good. It makes us feel like, we're not just toiling away on these like long like pages and all these things for nothing. Like we are making people happy with our stories, and it's great. We love you guys.
And on the flip side of that, screw all of you. I don't care about any of you. How dare you don't? No, I'm kidding. No, we love you. We really do. Those videos made me cry, and I don't like it. I'm not a fan of emotions anymore.
Let me have my tears back, okay?
I would like to. I need in this economy. I'm holding on to my pain. Okay,
listen, man, Cody, we can't cry that much. There's something that's gonna make us want to cry every day. Okay, this world has gone fucking dark. All right,
it's gone dark. It's a dark period.
You can't make us have happy tears. We got time for happy tears.
Time for happy tears.
Yeah, but water I have to drink to produce those damn tears.
But yeah, no, thank you for making us hydrate so we can have tears from your videos. No, we do. We appreciate it so much. Those videos were the sweetest thing ever. And we are so thankful. And thank you so much for all of it. Thank you for joining us in the live show and joining us now and being a part of this. And I hope you're excited for issue 3. Let us know what you thought of our interview with Olan Rogers. Let us know if you'd like to see him back on the show. And if you'd like to see him back on the show, go comment on Haunt Hounds. Be like, hey, we want to see more of those Haunt Hounds on We Have Issues. And then maybe they'll send more Haunt Hounds. I don't know how things work. I'm not good at any of this. But
if we were good at marketing, we wouldn't be here.
That's right.
Well, we'd be here, but it'd be much better.
It would be better. But thank you so much. We love you so much. I'm Anthony.
I'm Stevie Wildcard.
This has been We Have Issues. We'll see you next time.
Ooh.
I knew it was coming.
Right?
I knew it was coming.
Yes.
I knew you were gonna go for it, and I was like, he's gonna do it, isn't he?
He's got to. He has to do it. He was paid to do this.
He was paid to do this.
Boom. TM. Trademarked.
Dude, I've been watching How I Met Your Mother at night. Like it's my bedtime show right now. You know, like I put it on for bed. Like I've seen it all, so I can fall asleep to it. No big deal. You know, I put it on. So I was watching it, and it's the episode where Ted's mom is dating the like hippie guy. You know,
Yes,
and
and the dragon.
yes, yes, that one. So in that episode, right? It's a cute episode. It's a good episode. But there's a scene in it where Bob Saget as Ted is like, so he's talking about the whole the wedding and all the stuff, and they show us a portrait of the mom and this guy, the hippie guy, and he's holding a guitar and they're naked, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Saget says, but there was no guitar. And I'm like, what did he say to his children in that moment? Because that saying there was no guitar was for the people watching a video where there's a picture with a guy with a guitar. But if he's within a room with his children, right? In order to say that, he would have had to say, so there was a portrait with a guy and a woman, and it was my mom and this new guy with a guitar covering his penis. And then later on, he'd have to be like, but there was no guitar. Like that, like it doesn't make any sense to say it to the kids, because what he would have said is it was a naked portrait of Cliff.
Yeah,
or, you know,
that's how you would tell the story.
That's how you would tell the story. And like, and I get what they were going for, dude. I get like they were going for the sandwich thing. They were going for like, we were eating a sandwich. We don't want to talk about sandwich. Like, I don't want to say I was smoking pot because you're my kids, so it's awkward, right? Like, I don't want to tell my kids that I saw a picture of their grandpa's, you know, dong or whatever, right? But like, if I was writing that, right? If I were writing that, I would have said, he showed us a picture of Cliff. I think it's Cliff or Clint. I don't know, something like that. But like,
yeah, I was thinking that too. I couldn't think of it. Is it Clint or Cliff?
Clint? I don't remember. Well, like,
it's Clint. I think it's Clint.
Okay, so like I would have said like, so Clint showed me a picture of my mom, him, and a big old duck, and then then like you could have had the group be like, whoa, Clint has a big duck, and like then like the viewers would have understood that like there was no duck, but the kids would never get that because it's for us, it's for the viewers, it's for the people who are a little older and recognize that sandwich isn't a sandwich, you know, like that's what that joke is supposed to be. The saying there was no guitar was for us to know that like, yeah, his dick's out, you know, but like the kids would never.
It like broke that wall. It
broke the wall because the kids would never have seen the freaking portrait that we see. It doesn't make any sense for them to be like, oh, yeah, Dad, you just described this whole portrait with a guitar for some reason, and then later said there was no guitar. What? Like, it's not even funny in that case. Like, I don't understand. But anyway, it pissed me off. But
it angered me.
It angered me a little. But no, I posted that, and someone wrote to me, and they were like, "Well, Ted does that where he censors himself for his kids." I was like, I know. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to censor a portrait that you're describing to the kids. But he didn't even say how he described it to the kids. He simply like showed us the portrait and then said, but kids, there was no guitar. It's like, why did you describe a guitar to the kids? Like, I don't understand this.
And why would, because what are you protecting them from at
that
point?
Like, what are you protecting them from? Like,
you put a pretend guitar there for a second just to take it away from them, really.
It makes some sense.
You forgot that we aren't the kids. They're the kids. We're the secondary audience that's observing you talk to your kids.
That's exactly what happened. It was, yeah, dude. So it was what it was like a small sloppy writer moment. It's not a big deal. It didn't ruin the show or whatever. It was a joke that was supposed to be for us, but didn't work in the context that they set up. And I was just pointing out, I was like, hey, this doesn't actually work the way they were trying to make it work. And like someone was like, well, he censors himself. I'm like, you don't. Stop trying to defend things. I'm not even insulting the show as a whole. I love the show. That's why I'm watching it for the 5th time. I'm just saying, like, hey, I never even noticed that, like, they break the wall by mistake in this moment, you know? But
because he never addresses us ever, and there really is consistency.
Exactly. Yeah,
that joke literally addressed us the party that knows there isn't a guitar too. You know what I'm saying? It's so strange. I get what you're saying.
It was too strange. It was.
How did no one catch that in the writing room? You know
exactly, dude. It was just a step too far. Where I was, and like, I think the duck thing is better. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy to just be like, it was a nude photo of my mom and Clint and this big duck. And then like just have him say that, and then you can have like Robin come in. And be
you
like,
cut to Barney. Oh my god.
That he's like
that is like the duck is kind of like bowing a little to the left.
Yeah, it's like he's like, wait, is it normal for a duck to be shaped that way? Because my duck doesn't have the same kind of head. My duck's head is more protruding, and like just like little stupid jokes that Barney or them would say, and I get it. And then like you can have Marshall and Lily like make a comment because Marshall has a big duck or whatever. Like I get it, but like I don't know, it's just something about that. I was like, guys, you dropped the ball here, and I don't.
You dropped the damn duck here. Okay?